Hey everyone, welcome to Papa's Workshop. I'm having a blast with the 3D printer making different types of projects. And today I decided to make a Pokemon chess set for my grandson. He absolutely loves chess and he absolutely loves playing with the Pokemon. What better way to be able to accomplish two things with one project? I know he's going to be excited. So I want to get started and show you exactly how I set this up and downloaded the pieces to be able to print out these Pokemon chess pieces. Now I know that this is a real short little video, but I don't want to spend a lot of time being able to just watch the 3D printer do its thing, because to me that gets a little bit boring real quick. I want to be able to show you the step-by-step process that it got from the beginning to where I could sit back and watch it print. But if you have some specific questions that you would like to know, by all means, leave those in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I started my search on the Thingiverse to be able to find a chess set. And there is a wide variety of different chess sets that are available that you can download and print. One of the things I decided to do is narrow the search for the Pokemon. Because this is for my grandson, and he absolutely loves to play chess, and he loves Pokemon. So it was time to narrow the search and be able to focus in on just the Pokemon chess sets that were available. So I started looking at just the Pokemon sets, and there's a wide variety of the different pieces that are available. It's amazing to see all the work that people have done to be able to do just the Pokemon characters. Well, after looking through this whole entire set of different Pokemon chess sets, I decided to go back up to the top of the selection and pick this one. Now, I really don't have a good reason for doing it other than the fact that it did have over 7,000 likes. So I went ahead and clicked on it, and this is the file that it brought me to. And there are a nice detailed look at the different characters. And this looks very nice, very detailed. I think it's a sharp image. And after looking at all of the different chess pieces, I decided, yes, this is the one that I was going to go ahead and download. I like the queen, has a lot of detail and some fine features that I think will be able to show just how well the printer will or will not be able to print. Now, I'm fairly new to downloading things from Thingiverse to be able to print on the 3D printer, but I went ahead and clicked on the download. Now, I've done this already, so I clicked the download and had all of the 8 files brought into my computer. Now, I like the fact that it gives an itemized list of exactly what characters that you're getting. It even has the print settings. Very impressed with the detail that this person has put into it. Now, when you click on the download, you do have the opportunity to give a tip to the person that designed this, and I certainly would encourage that. So you have the information here, you have the site, so if you want to be able to do a Pokemon chess set, by all means, take a look at this particular site. In the instructions, it suggested using supports on one of the chess pieces, and I found that that actually was not necessary. But after downloading everything, I decided to go ahead and test out one piece, and I chose to print the pawn. I didn't want to print the whole set to begin with in case I didn't like it or it was just a complete fail. But in the end, I was very, very pleased with the results of how this pawn printed. Now, you may be asking, why am I printing this blue? Well, my grandson asked for the colors to be blue and the red for these chess pieces. So that's the reason, and the only reason for the color. And I did just a little bit of the time lapse just to see how it would work. And no, I'm not going to get all fancy with the time lapse, but I still think it came out pretty good. Now, this is right after the printer had stopped, and you can see I did have really good adhesion. I've also learned it's also a good idea just to be able to let this cool for a while, and these pieces will just pop off much, much easier for any of the different projects that I'm printing. For the second pawn, I tried to have a little bit of fun and do a time-lapse video. And no, I didn't do all the cheat code changes and the stop action camera. I just set it up on a time-lapse and let it do its thing. Now it's time to get back to the serious side and print the rest of the major pieces. Now the only thing I didn't print on this one was the queen and the king, which they said actually needed supports, and I wanted to be able to spend a little bit more time looking at those before I printed them. But it's very easy to be able to group them together and print the whole selection at one time. I know that this process can get real boring just watching this printer print one layer at a time, so I'm going to keep this segment short. But the bottom line is the results are absolutely fantastic. These pawns came out great, and I have all of the pawns completed now. So with that being said, it's time to set up and start printing the rest of the pieces. Now just so you know, I've got the other printer going too, making a little holder to be able to hold all of the SD cards. But now I'm working on the other pieces. Now yes, I did, just for the heck of it, I tried to put the supports on. And quite frankly, I was not pleased with having the supports on these pieces. It just wasn't necessary. Now this little SD card holder was also from the Thingiverse. More about that later. But as far as these, you can see that rook in the middle with the supports. And quite frankly, it's just a little bit too rigid and too much and unnecessary. Here's a quick close-up look at the two rooks with those supports on it. And as you can see, they're rather massive. Here's another look a little bit later on at the support structure. Now granted, I could have changed the support structure and designed it differently, but this was just the standard setup that was already in the Curo software. Sometimes less is more, and this is one of those examples where the supports really were not necessary at all. Now that the printing is done, it's time to remove them from the bed and remove the supports. And that proved to be a little bit of a difficult task to be able to remove all of the support structure. However, once it was all done, the pieces actually looked pretty good. There were still a few little places where the supports were attached to the individual chest piece that I really just did not like. And as a result, I decided to reprint the chest pieces without the supports. And yes, there was a huge difference in the quality of the print, because those little attachment points disappeared because they were not there, and it looked much better. But this still, quite frankly, not bad once those supports were removed. If you look at this rook, you can see a few of those little attachment points at the top and bottom, and that will make all the difference in the world. Once I had printed all the pieces, it was time to switch colors and start with the red color. And these turned out absolutely beautiful, and there was no need to reprint anything. And guys, I didn't use the supports. And the supports, like I said several times, were not necessary. So even though these pieces flare out, there is enough support there for this to work out very nicely, and they turned out absolutely gorgeous. Even the small details that you see developing as this is printing is coming out fantastic. The king and queen now are almost finished, and these are the pieces that they said actually needed support. But quite frankly, I don't see it. They look absolutely fantastic, and I know my grandson is going to love this chess set. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of the quality of the print that you can get from this printer. Also, if you're brand new to the 3D printing, this will give you an idea of the quality of print that you can expect. And if you're one of the old timers out there that's been doing this forever and ever, leave me some comments down below also on how I can improve and make these look even better, because I know there's always still room to improve. But with all these pieces done, it's time now to get the chessboard set up and ready. My grandkids are due over any time now, and I got it ready to be able to have that first game of chess with a brand new Pokemon chess set that he had requested, and I know he's going to be excited to be able to play the first game with this set. So if you have a chess enthusiast in your family, this is a great way to be able to show off your printing skills, have something that they're going to really appreciate and love. And if you like this video, by all means, give me a thumbs up And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots of other projects similar to this and even more. So please don't forget, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the shop real soon. So for now, bye-bye, and I can't wait to see you back in the shop.